Well, sex has a very powerful effect on our behavior. And what's fascinating to me is that most of the time we're not even aware of it. So there are, for instance, two cities in Georgia, Columbus and Macon. They're pretty similar. They're not too far apart. They have similar histories, but they have wildly different spending habits, where people in one of the cities have much more debt, much more credit card debt than the other city. And it turns out that there's also another difference between the city, and that's the ratio of men to women in those cities, where the city that's in more debt has a scarcity of women, lots of guys and few women. And if you look at animal behavior, sex ratio, the ratio of males to females, has huge effects on how animals compete, how aggressive they are. There's a scarcity of females, for instance, males get violent. Well, it turns out the same thing happens in humans. In India, for instance, 1% change in the sex ratio leads to a 5% change in the homicide rate. Men are literally killing other men for women. And the same effect also happens when it comes to our wallets, where guys compete for women by showing off products, by spending a lot of money. And what we find is that in places where women are scarce, men pay more for dinner dates, men pay $6 more for Valentine's gifts, and they pay $300 more for engagement rings. So sex, whether we're aware of it or not, has very powerful effects on our behavior.